Everything in life is a relationship. We're in a relationship with ourselves, we're in a relationship with one another, we're in a relationship with this earth, we're in a relationship with money, you're in a relationship with your work. Everything in life, in essence, is actually a relationship. And many times what we do in one relationship, we do in other relationships. So it's always good not only to have a look at your romantic relationships to understand your relationships. Look at your relationship with work, your relationship with family members, your relationship with yourself. Because many times what we do in one relationship, we do in another relationship. I've witnessed many people in relationships, and what I've noticed is that many people feel unseen, unheard, and unnoticed. The moment you feel unseen, unheard, and unnoticed in a relationship, you start to feel the love is starting to vanish. Therefore, you're feeling unloved. Every human being has a basic intrinsic need. We want to feel like we matter. By working with quite a lot of people, I've noticed that many people, many couples have the potential to create an amazing relationship, and yet they do not, because there's so many factors that's at play in order to create something amazing. But people don't always know what to do. On the other side, people don't always have the willingness to do it. I always say for a relationship to flourish, we need to have willingness. We need to have the emotional capacity, mental capacity to realize what our partner wants of us. And then we need to have the availability. We need to be present with our partner. We need to be present with ourselves. So willingness, availability, and capacity is a requirement for a relationship to flourish. The beginning of a relationship is usually passionate, it is great, there's enthusiasm. And we usually do all the right things at the beginning of a relationship. We spend time, we listen, we're interested, we communicate clearly, we're curious of how the person thinks, how they feel. I always say, if we can just keep the same energy alive and the same intention alive as in the beginning of a relationship, the relationship will automatically work. Because at the beginning of a relationship, we listen to understand. We listen with compassion, with empathy. We are present. Therefore, in the beginning of a relationship, you and the other person feel seen, feel heard, and feel understood. And that makes us feel loved. I've also seen many people in relationships, they flourish, they're at peace, their worlds are better, they're content. But I've also seen many people in relationships where the relationship is not anymore a zone of safety. The relationship became a prison. They're stuck. They feel trapped. So relationships can create two realities. Either you feel safe, content, at peace, or you can feel trapped. What is your reality you're experiencing right now in your relationship? We all have the ability to change, and we all have the ability to become better. And therefore, every relationship there's hope. Hope for something better. If both parties have the willingness, the availability, and the capacity, we can change, we can evolve, and we can grow. If I think of life, everything in life is about change. Everything in life is about growth. And every now and then, I have to upgrade the cell phone, and I upgrade my laptop, and we upgrade our cars, and we even upgrade our houses. Recently, I've moved into a house which was from 1970, and it's totally different than the new houses. So everything in life goes automatically through an upgrade. The question we need to ask ourselves, are you upgrading or are you staying the same? And is your relationship upgrading or is your relationship staying the same? Change is growth, and growth is evolution. And just like in one area of our life, our cell phones, etc. upgrade, it's also time to look at how can we upgrade ourselves and how can we upgrade our relationships. Because as I upgrade, I give automatically my partner permission to upgrade as well. And if we can upgrade together, we can actually create a better version of ourselves. And therefore, then we can become more, we can feel more, and we can be more. And then our relationship becomes a place of safety, becomes a place of curiosity, becomes a place of enthusiasm, and a space of inspiration. When you feel safe in a relationship, and when you feel seen, you feel heard, you feel understood, you automatically feel loved. And then what happens in your nervous system? Your nervous system softens, your defensiveness drops, and love resurfaces. Remember, love is about to see one another again. Not to see with the physical eyes, but to see one another from an emotional space. And relationships teach us to reconnect with our emotions. It teaches us to reconnect with someone else's emotions. And it teaches us to understand our inner world better. Therefore, a relationship is a gift to yourself, and a gift to understanding your inner world. Remember, relationships is not necessarily about a romantic partner. All of life is a relationship. And you can have ways in order to reconnect with yourself, even though you don't have a partner.